I found your old sweater, the one with the threads pulling loose. It smells like the cedar and coffee, and what is the use? I remember the kitchen, the glow of the stove at the start, when every good morning was etched like a map on my heart. The air didn't bite then, the shadows were kind to the room. We hadn't yet learned how silence can turn into doom. Your hand in my pocket, a secret the winter could keep, before all the promises turned into mountains too steep. Oh, love was soft in those days, like velvet and dust, before the bright eyes started turning to rust. We spoke in a whisper, we moved in a haze, when forever was easy to see through the glaze. Now the edges are jagged and the memory phrase, but God, love was soft in those days. Now everything's sharp, like the cold on the window pane glass. I'm watching the strangers and seasons and heartbreaks all pass. We used to be rounded, no corners to catch on the skin. Now I don't even know where to let the forgiveness begin. Your name used to land like a feather so light on my tongue, back when world and the damage were both still so young. Now it's a stone that I carry, a weight in my throat, a heavy winter anchor in a very small boat. We traded the wool for the wire, we traded the warmth for the fire, and I give up the truth just to go back to lying in the soft light of us, before all the crying. Yeah, love was soft in those days, like velvet and dust, before the bright iron started turning to rust. We spoke in a whisper, we moved in a haze, when forever was easy to see through the glaze. Now the edges are jagged and the memory phrase, but God, love was soft in those days. So soft, like the snow on the porch, like the way that you looked before you became the torch that burned it all down. It was soft in those days. The stars were the only witnesses we had that night, far from the sirens and the reach of the city light. We were laying in the grass, the earth still warm from the sun, talking about the future like it had already begun. You pointed to a spark in the dark a million miles away and said, that's where we're going and that's where we'll stay. The wind didn't even shiver, the trees didn't make a sound, as we built a whole world without ever leaving the ground. Oh, they sounded so certain, they sounded so true, those whispers in the dark between me and you. Now I'm standing in the kitchen and the neon is humming, and I didn't see the never or the no one coming. You're 1,000 miles gone, or maybe just across town, but the weight of those words is still pulling me down. It's funny how a vow can turn into a ghost. The ones that stay the quietest are the ones that hurt the most. You said always like it was a fact, like the gravity under my feet. Now I'm just walking on air on a one-way street. Maybe the moon was just playing a trick, making the hope feel so heavy and thick. Maybe we should have shouted, maybe we should have screamed, instead of just sleeping while the universe dreamed. 'Cause they sounded so certain, they sounded so true. Those whispers in the dark between me and you. But silence is a liar when the storm starts to rise, and anchors tend to drift under wide open skies. Now I'm looking up at a heaven that's empty and cold, trying to find the pieces of the stories we told. Back when we were brave, back when we were wise, making promises under those quiet skies. Promises made, now they're just echoes in the space you left behind, fading like a constellation I can't quite find. The stars are still there, but the we is all gone, and the sky doesn't care if I make it to dawn. Yeah, they were just promises made under quiet skies. Found a Polaroid tucked inside a drawer of a version of us that don't live here no more. Your head on my shoulder, the sun on the glass. We were running on luck and we had it in gas. The world was a whisper, a soft summer haze, before we started counting the rest of our days. We were building a kingdom on shifting white sand, with no way of knowing how little we planned. And the light was so golden, it blinded the eye. We were laughing in colors we can't even buy. Not a cloud in the distance, not a hint in the sky. Yeah, we smiled before we knew goodbye. We were dancing on edges, just happy to fly back when forever wasn't a lie. God, we smiled before we knew goodbye. Now I look at that boy and I look at that girl, before the weight of the ending unraveled their world. They don't see the suitcase packed under the bed, or the words that would eventually go left unsaid. They're just frozen ember, two hearts in a frame, before the I love yous turn into who's to blame. It's a beautiful torture to see us that way, knowing exactly what happens next day. If I could go back to that moment of grace and wipe the unknowing right off of my face, would I tell us to run? Would I tell us to stay, or just hold that smile till it fades in a Cause the light was so golden, it blinded the before the I'm sorry, before the it's over. We were so good at being happy, weren't we? Just for a second, let the memory lie, and let's smile one last time before we knew goodbye. I still catch myself reaching for the light on your side of the bed in the middle of the night. The floorboards still creak where you used to stand, and I'm still holding it where I used to hold your hand. The coffee's getting cold, I made enough for two. It's a ghost of a habit I can't seem to undo. Now this house is just a box where the silence grows tall, and your picture leaves a shadow on the hallway wall. Oh, I'm living in the after, but I'm stuck in the before, tracing every footprint leading to the door. It's a bitter kind of hollow, a different kind of long, to be a stranger in the kitchen that we used to own. Now the silence is a way that I can't seem to run back to the days when your name still felt like home. I saw your favorite book on the bottom shelf today. I couldn't move it, but I couldn't look away. It's funny how a silver book can break a man in half. I give every tomorrow for a second of your laugh. Now I say it to the walls just to hear the way it sounds, but it's just an empty echo making rounds and rounds. I used to say it like a prayer, like a place I could hide. Now it's just a stinging salt water rising with the tide. They say that time is a healer, that the jagged edges sand, but they never felt the world slip right out of their hand. Your name was the anchor, the north on my map. Now I'm just a wanderer falling through the gap. Yeah, I'm living in the after, but I'm stuck in the before, tracing every footprint leading to the door. It's a bitter kind of hollow, a different kind of long, to be a stranger in the kitchen that we used to own. Now the silence is a way that I can't seem to roam back to the days when your name still felt like home. It felt like home. The porch light's still on, but the windows are black. I'm waiting for a version of us that isn't coming back. Now your name is a secret I'm forced to keep, the last thing I whisper before I sleep. It doesn't feel like home anymore. No, it doesn't feel like home. We laughed, the time was on our side, like nothing good could ever die. Your hand felt safe inside of mine, back when love was still kind. We spoke in dreams, not warning, We kissed like we were sure. Never thought tomorrow wouldn't look like us anymore. Now your voice is just a memory, soft but far away. I replay the way you love me, like it might still stay. Yesterday loved us better when forever felt so close. Now your name is just a whisper in the places we love most. Yesterday held us tighter before the cracks showed through. Love was easy back then. Yesterday loved us better than today does now. Your smile lived in every plan we built, a life we couldn't stand. Time changed you, time broke me slow enough I didn't see. I still walk our old streets like you might turn around, but love doesn't answer when it's already let you down. You moved on so quietly like we were never there. I stayed with all the promises still hanging in the air. Yesterday loved us better when forever felt so close. Now your name is just a whisper in the places we love most. Yesterday held us tighter before the cracks showed through. Love was easy back then. Yesterday loved us better than today ever could. If I could stay in one moment before goodbye was true, I'd stay right there in yesterday, still in love with you. Yesterday loved us better before we fell apart. Love was real back then. Now it lives inside my scars. Yesterday loved us better. That's the truth. I know we didn't stop loving. Time just let us go. I found your old sweater, the one with the threads pulling loose. It smells like the cedar and coffee, and what is the use? I remember the kitchen, the glow of the stove at the start, when every good morning was etched like a map on my heart. The air didn't bite then, the shadows were kind to the room. We hadn't yet learned how silence can turn into doom. Your hand in my pocket, a secret the winter could keep, before all the promises turned into mountains too steep. Oh, love was soft in those days, like velvet and dust before the bright eye of We traded the wolf for the wire. We traded the warmth for the fire. And I gave up the truth just to go back to lying in the soft light of us before all the crying. Yeah, love was soft in those days, like velvet and dust before the bright iron started turning to rust. We spoke in a whisper, we moved in a haze, when forever was easy to see through the glaze. Now the edges are jagged and the memory frays, but God, love was soft in those days. So soft, like the snow on the porch, like the way that you looked before you became the torch that burned it all down. It was soft in those days, in those days. The stars were the only witnesses we had that night, far from the sirens in the reach of the city light. We were laying in the grass, the earth still warm from the sun, talking about the future like it had already begun. You pointed to a spark in the dark a million miles away and said, that's where we're going, and that's where we'll stay. The wind didn't even shiver, the trees didn't make a sound, as we built a whole world without ever leaving the ground. Oh, they sounded so certain, they sounded so true, those whispers in the dark between me and you. But silence is a liar when the storm starts to rise, and anchors tend to drift under wide open skies. Now I'm looking up at a heaven that's empty and cold, trying to find the pieces of the stories we told back when we were brave, back when we were wise, making promises under those quiet skies. Now I'm standing in the kitchen and the neon is humming, and I didn't see the never or the no one coming. You're 1,000 miles gone, or maybe just across town, but the weight of those words is still pulling me down. It's funny how a vow can turn into a ghost. The ones that stay the quietest are the ones that hurt the most. You said always like it was a fact, like the gravity under my feet. Now I'm just walking on air on a one-way street. Maybe the moon was just playing a trick, making the hope feel so heavy and thick. Maybe we should have shouted, maybe we should have screamed, instead of just sleeping while the universe dreamed. 'Cause they sounded so certain, they sounded so true, those whispers in the dark between me and you. But silence is a liar when the storm starts to rise, and anchors tend to drift under wide open skies. Now I'm looking up at a heaven that's empty and cold, trying to find the pieces of the stories we told back when we were brave, back when we were wise, making promises under those quiet skies. Promises made, now they're just echoes in the space you left behind, fading like like a constellation I can't quite find. The stars are still there, but the we is all gone, and the sky doesn't care if I make it to dawn. Yeah, they were just promises, just promises. Found a Polaroid tucked inside a drawer of a version of us that don't live here no more. Your head on my shoulder, the sun on the glass. We were running on luck and we had it in gas. The world was a whisper, a soft summer haze. Before we started counting the rest of our days, we were building a kingdom on shifting white sand, with no way of knowing how little we planned. And oh, the light was so golden it blinded the eye. We were laughing in colors we can't even buy. Not a cloud in the distance, not a hint in the sky. Yeah, we smiled before we knew goodbye. We were dancing on edges, just happy to fly. Back when forever wasn't a lie. God, we smiled before we knew goodbye. Now I look at that boy and I look at that girl. Before the weight of the ending unraveled their world, they don't see the suitcase packed under the bed, or the words that would eventually go left unsaid. They're just frozen in amber, two hearts in a frame. Before the I love yous turn into who's to blame. It's a beautiful torture to see us that way, knowing exactly what happens next day. If I could go back to that moment of grace and wipe the unknowing right off of my face, would I tell us to run? Would I tell us to stay? Or just hold that smile till it faints into gray? Cause the light was so golden it blinded the eye. We were laughing in colors we can't even buy. Not a cloud in the distance, not a hint in the sky. Yeah, we smiled before we knew goodbye. We were dancing on edges, just happy to fly. Back when forever wasn't a lie. God, we smiled before we knew goodbye. For the goodbye, before the I'm sorry, before the it's over. We were so good at being happy, weren't we? Just for a second, let the memory lie. Let's smile one last time before we knew goodbye. I still catch myself reaching for the light on your side of the bed in the middle of the night. The floorboards still creak where you used to stand, and I'm still holding there where I used to hold your hand. The coffee's getting cold, I made enough for two. It's a ghost of a habit I can't seem to undo. Now this house is just a box where the silence grows tall. picture leaves a shadow on the hallway wall. Oh, I'm living in the after, but I'm stuck in the before, tracing every footprint leading to the door. Oh, it's a bitter kind of hollow, a different kind of lone. Be a stranger in the kitchen that we used to own. Now the silence is a way that I can't seem to roam back to the days when your name still felt like home. I saw your favorite book on the bottom shelf today. I couldn't move it, but I couldn't look away. It's funny how a syllable can break a man in half. I give every tomorrow for a second of your laugh. Now I say it to the walls just to hear the way it sounds, but it's just an empty echo making rounds and rounds. I used to say it like a prayer, like a place I could hide. Now it's just a stinging salt water rising with the tide. They say the time is a healer, that the jagged edges sand, but they've never felt the world slip right out of their hand. Your name was the anchor, the north on my map. Now I'm just a wanderer, falling through the gap. Yeah, I'm living in the after, but I'm stuck in the before, tracing every footprint leading to the door. It's a bitter kind of hollow, a different kind of lone. To be a stranger in the kitchen that we used to own. Now the silence is a way that I can't seem to roam back to the days when your name still felt like home. It felt like home. The porch light's still on, but the windows are black. I'm waiting for a version of us that isn't coming back. Now your name is a secret I'm forced to keep. The last thing I whisper before I sleep. It doesn't feel like home anymore. No, it doesn't feel like we laughed like time was on our side, like nothing good could ever die. Your hand felt safe inside of mine, back when love was still kind. We spoke in dreams, not warning. We kissed like we were sure. Never thought tomorrow wouldn't look like us anymore. Now your voice is just a memory, soft but far away. I replay the way you love me, like it might still stay. Yesterday loved us better when forever felt so close. Now your name is just a whisper in the places we love most. Yesterday held us tighter before the cracks showed through. Love was easy back then. Yesterday loved us better. understand. Time changed you, time broke me slow enough. I didn't see. I still walk our old streets like you might turn around, but love doesn't answer when it's already let you down. You moved on so quietly, like we were never there. I stayed with all the promises still hanging in the air. Yesterday loved us better when forever felt so close. Now your name is just a whisper in the places we love most. Yesterday held us tighter before the cracks showed through. Love was easy back then. Yesterday loved us better than today ever could. If I could stay one moment before goodbye was true, I'd stay right there in yesterday, still in love with you. Yesterday loved us better before we fell apart. Love was real back then. Now it lives inside my scars. Yesterday loved us better. That's the truth. I know we didn't stop loving. Time just let us go. Hmm.